What's going on today, YouTubers? Welcome to another edition of Walking Reviews. Today we're going to be taking a look at a production knife from a company that has been popping up a little bit more frequently on my channel as of late. This is the new WE Knives 606 frame lock flipper. Let's go ahead and jump into the specs. We have a 3.5-inch blade of CPM S35VN in a drop point blade shape with a very interesting grind. You can see that about halfway up, the knife has a convex grind towards the tip, and that's something that you would usually see on a Tonto blade shape. But this is obviously, you can see a drop point blade shape. It just looks almost like a Tonto because of that convex grind. Flat grind back here towards the rear of the knife with a grinder satin on the bevel, and you can see it's a little bit more polished on the convex ground part, and it's also got a very prominent top swedge, almost a false edge up towards the top, and a groove that kind of separates the top swedge from the main bevel here. I don't think that the groove serves any purpose other than aesthetics, but it does not impact the functionality of the knife in any way. This is a very good edge, very sharp, and the groove there doesn't seem to get in the way of cutting. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so on the flats here you can see it's got that DLC coating. This hole in the blade is actually non-functional. That's another aesthetic addition. You can see a little run of, I think that's just because they wanted to put this thumb ramp on the blade here, and they had this extra space here, and they figured, why not throw something in there? Yeah, so this really doesn't serve a purpose. Handle length is 3.5 inches of kind of a bead blasted titanium with a little bit of texturing to it. You can barely see it, but there's like it almost looks like an orange peel finish, but it's not orange peel. You can see it's got carbon fiber inlays here on the show side and the decorative WE pivot cover, and then on the lock side it's just the bare titanium with that, again, with that little minute texturing. 3D milled titanium pocket clip, very good in and out of the pocket. It's thin enough to where the tension is not super strong. Yeah, good, very good pocket clip. That it's got their logo on it. You can kind of see the texture a little bit better on the pocket clip there. It's got the lanyard hole here in the back strap. I'm sorry, the back spacer, I guess. I've been watching too many eBoss Hoss videos. Other than that, it's open construction. There's your lockup. All of these WE knives, the new WE knives, have the same lock bar insert with over travel stop, ceramic bearings, ceramic detent. So those are features you're really going to find in all WE knives. Ergonomically very comfortable with that thumb ramp, and simple, you know, the swell in the middle there so your fingers lock in. Very comfortable knife to use. The blade is pretty much sterile aside from that blade steel designation there, and you can see the hardware here has been anodized purple, which sets off the black carbon fiber nicely. The carbon fiber is pretty flawless basket weave carbon fiber, and it's been inset very nicely. So just a very simple but functional design from WE. They've got some stuff that's really out there. This one, aside from that convex grind towards the tip of the drop point, a much simpler looking knife. Weight is 3.6 ounces, and you can see they've kept down some of the weight with I guess it's gonna be hard to show you. So the titanium's been pocketed to reduce the weight. So let's see, anything that I found. Oh yeah, there was one little tiny thing. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Oh, there it is. You can see on this side, I don't know if that was a mistake, but it's not mirrored on this side. It's just a little piece of the titanium that's been, I don't know if that was chunked out and they just said, you know, fuck it, it's still good. But it doesn't affect the knife really at all, so it doesn't bother me. As far as value goes, this is, they seem to be pretty consistent with like the 230 to 250 range, brand new. And I think that their knives at that range are extremely good value. The flipping action is super snappy, nice and smooth. This is still breaking in a little bit, but it's still very smooth. Fit and finish is very good. You can see the centering is perfect. Aside from that one little ding there, I couldn't find anything else really wrong with the knife at all. I like the shape of the flipper. I like that it's nice and skinny and slim, so very easy on the pocket, and generally just an attractive knife. I think for even non-knife people, the color scheme and that design with the carbon fiber and then that kind of cooler looking blade, I think for even non-knife people, they would appreciate the aesthetics here. So, you know, aside from being good looking, it's also very functional. But like I said, that little groove, while maybe a little odd, does not impact the utility of the blade. So yeah, I was faked out by this hole when I first got the knife online. I was like, oh cool, it's another one of their dual opening knives. You can use that little hole or you can use the flipper. No, you really just can't get your finger in there, which, you know, the knife flips really well, so I'm not mad about it, but just something to think about. This knife, like all of their knives, comes with a tool to address the custom hardware. You know, if you're going to do custom hardware, including the tool is the right thing to do. So, you know, I don't mind too much. This is really not a cover. I mean, this does serve as the end of the screw, but it's also immobile. So, taking this, you know, adjusting the pivot is not anything too hard. You don't have to worry about both sides, just the one. Yeah, just a, you know, a simple and yet not so simple design from WE Knives that works really well. I don't think I've ever really had a problem with their functionality on a WE knife. Although I'm kind of late to the game on WE Knives. I didn't get in early. I've only started buying their stuff recently. Holy shit, it's cold. As you can see, it's snowing here and my hands are freezing, so I'm going to cut this video short. I hope I'm really not leaving anything major out. Just wanted to show you guys another cool offering from WE Knives, and this one I got for $240 from Blade HQ. I don't know if they're on like Knife Center or anything yet, but they'll pop up soon enough. Alright guys, that's gonna do it. Take it easy.